Laney Directional Drilling Company, founded in 1989, is a global leader in horizontal directional drilling, or HDD, river and road crossing technology. Our drilling process is capable of crossing distances of up to 8,000 feet in a single crossing, or 10,000 feet using intercept techniques. We can install single lines from 2 to 54 inches in diameter, as well as multiple lines bundled in a single hole. Carbon steel welded pipe is the most common HDD material used. However, HDPE casings for electrical and communications conduit, as well as HDPE fusible PVC and ductile iron pipe for water and sewage lines, are used regularly. Laney is known throughout America and around the world for its leading technology in safe, efficient, and environmentally friendly river and road crossings. In the early days of pipeline construction, dredging was used to dig ditches across rivers and canals. This method was costly in terms of dollars, time, and environmental impact, and has since been replaced by the directional drilling method. Today, these crossings can be made far below the bed of the river, protecting the pipeline with far more than the minimum cover, while leaving the riverbed and the flow of traffic undisturbed. While Laney Directional Drilling can take on the largest of projects, smaller and highly congested jobs are easily handled using our smaller rigs. Crossings such as creeks and small roads can be efficiently drilled at a low cost and with very limited space because there is no ditching or dredging involved, and the environmental impact is kept to a bare minimum. Neighbors of the pipeline will never know you were there. Once a rig is in place, the drilling of a directional pathway is accomplished by using a non-rotating drill string equipped with a fluid cutting power tool and downhole instrumentation that transmits the location of the drill. This unit is powered by specially designed drilling equipment which handles the drilling pipe. A bent sub located behind the drill bit steers the pilot hole. This sub has a specific bend to form a radius of curvature through which the pipeline can be pulled without creating undue stress. The radius is determined by the diameter of the pipeline and material being pulled through the hole. A pilot hole is started on one bank of the river at an angle that will allow the hole to be drilled at the proper curvature and give the required cover and clearances. The drill follows a prescribed pathway that will cause it to exit on the other side of the river at the proper location and angle to allow the pipeline to be pulled back through the prepared hole. Because of the small area needed for the entry and exit holes and the angle at which they enter and exit the ground, the banks of the river are left undisturbed and wildlife continues to flourish. And at the same time, the pipeline passes far below the bed of the river and remains well protected from natural erosion, future dredging, and any type of disturbance. And in urban situations, city streets and freeways are left unimpeded. Once contracted to install a pipeline using the directional drilling method, Laney Directional Drilling Company begins operation with the transportation and setup of the directional drilling equipment. The entire drilling assembly is self-contained and highly mobile. The operation is moved in and out by truck and can be set up within several feet of obstacles such as power lines and roads. The rig is anchored to the ground by a dead man in an excavated trench and locked in place with support beams, which are at the back of the rig and are then elevated to the desired angle of entry. Other components of the rig, such as the power unit, control unit, mud unit, and pipe trailers, are positioned and connected by hydraulic lines. The next step in the setup is the preparation of the downhole drilling assembly and the drilling of the pilot hole. One vital piece of the downhole assembly is the steering tool. It is placed inside the assembly and wired to transmit continuous data uphole to the operator in the control cab. The downhole assembly also includes a bend sub, a jet bit or mud motor, and a non-magnetic housing approximately 30 to 45 feet long. Another crucial element to the project is adequately mixed and properly supplied drilling fluid called drilling mud. This mixture of natural clay, bentonite, and fresh water facilitates cutting of the pilot hole, its enlargement, and the proper installation of the pipeline. It is mixed carefully in a large tank and pumped through the drill string to the bit. The mud provides stability to the pathway by lubricating the drill pipe and washing cuttings back out of the hole. The drilling operation is conducted by an operator in the control cab adjacent to the drill rig itself. From there, the driller can oversee all aspects of the drilling, as well as monitor information transmitted by the steering tool down in the hole. The driller can control the pilot bit steering from here as well as the diesel engines, hydraulic pumps, and the mud pressure. Also in the control cab is the steering tool operator or surveyor, who plots the course of the downhole assembly and compares it to a pre-planned crossing profile. This person can give instructions to the driller as to corrections in the drilling or variations in the pathway. A secondary location system called TrueTracker is employed to help verify the drill head location in areas with high magnetic interference, like roads, bridges, railroad tracks, and adjacent pipelines. With the equipment in place, the downhole assembly completed and the crew ready, drilling begins. Pilot hole drilling proceeds, and each new 30-foot jointed pipe is added and the wire line is spliced. In the meantime, on the other side of the river, the pipeline is strung out along the right-of-way and welded together joint by joint until the total pullback section of the crossing is complete. Each weld is properly X-rayed and coated so that the finished section is ready for testing. The crossing section is then capped and hydrostatically tested to ensure the stability and safety of the weld and the section as a whole. As these tests and preparations take place, drilling continues far below. The pilot drill string soon exits on schedule and within feet of the prepared exit point. At this point, the downhole assembly is removed and the reamer is attached to be pulled back through the hole. The reamer, powered by the drill rig and the mud pumped down the drill pipe, enlarges the hole and ensures the integrity of the finished hole before the customer's pipeline is pulled through. Several reamer passes might be needed depending on the type of soil and the size of the pipeline to be installed. The drilling mud returns are collected, cleaned, and recycled by pumping them back down the hole to the greatest extent possible. The pipeline is elevated to achieve the proper breakover angle. The pipeline section is placed on rollers along the right-of-way in line with the exit point. The pull head is then connected to the drill string with a reamer in line to ensure that the pathway is clear of any obstacles. A swivel is used to allow the drill pipe to turn but keep the pipeline in a dead pull. Joint by joint, the drill pipe is pulled through, unscrewed, and stored as the pipeline works its way underground. Finally, the task is near completion with the emergence of the pull head at the drill rig. At this point, the equipment is rigged down, packed up, and removed from the site as the excess mud disposal takes place and the pipeline is given a final hydrostatic test. The section is tied to the main line and the final cleanup of the right-of-way is performed. At Laney Directional Drilling Company, we pride ourselves in taking on the most difficult of crossings and pulling your pipeline or pipelines through neatly, efficiently, and with an absolute minimum of environmental impact. And with more than 20 years and 2,000 plus directionally drilled crossings completed, Laney also provides professional design services critical to a job's success. If you would like more information on Laney Directional Drilling Company, visit us online at laneydrilling.com.